You gotta check out the new leak on Wowhead. Oh shit. What's the new leak on Wowhead? Wait. Oh, it's on MMO-Champ? Okay. Because you know, expansion leaks, very good content for the second channel. Just saying. Go to forums. Wow, I have not been on the MMO forums in a while. 10.0 leak. Is this the one? Yesterday, 9:06 PM. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now, you know me, internet. I'm very skeptical when it comes to leaks like this. And you know why? Because I've come a cropper before. I'm too trusting. That's my problem. I'm too trusting. Someone comes over to me with a nice pressed pair of trousers and a dazzling smile and a way with words, and they can convince me of anything. So I've been working very hard on this, internet, and I think I'm past it. I think I'm past being fooled by this stuff. I'm going to take this leak with a pinch of salt. But with that in mind, let's dive in. 10.0 leak. Posting on a throwaway for obvious reasons. Here it is. The actual leak. Well, guys, hang on. He does say it's the actual leak, though. Why would he say that if it's not the actual leak? No, I must be skeptical. No, I can't believe it. Wait, taken from a private game dev Discord last night. Guys! Guys! If it's from a private game dev Discord, they wouldn't be lying to each other, would they? Think about it. Why would they be doing fake leaks to each other? Why would there be fake leaks on a private game dev Discord? Come on, sheeple. New X-Pack is straight up called Dragon Isles. Honestly, I would believe that to be true. All marketing being put together has the tagline, Azeroth has awoken. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I can believe this so far. New zone. The Dragon Isles. New race. Black dragons. What? As in, like, actual black dragons? And, like, it's like Worgen? And most of the time you're in human form, or whatever form. Elf, dwarf, gnome, whatever the horde races are. But then sometimes, most of the time, in combat, you turn into a dragon? I mean, we've only just worked out how to put boots on trolls. Do we really need player characters to play as, like, fully formed black dragons? Okay, a new system. World shaping. Okay, look, my mind is... Look, it doesn't sound very real to me. It doesn't sound very likely to me, but it is taken from a private game dev Discord, okay? So, end of Shadowlands. Shit. Guys, this isn't just the leak. This is the end of this expansion as well. Guys, if this leak wasn't legit, how would they know how this expansion is going to end? Guys, this post is so full of shit. Palinda. It was on a private game dev Discord, and they know how Shadowlands is going to end. He's seen the marketing. In the fight with the jailer, Azeroth is ruptured. We beat the jailer and save the planet, but there's consequences. Some stay a while and listen events after the fight describe the state of Azeroth. Magni reverts back from diamond form. Why? Why? Why and how? Is he just like, no, fuck, no? And everyone's like, oh shit, Magni, you're not in diamond form anymore. And he's like, oh shit, I'm not. Can you go and put on some clothes? Yeah, I think I should. Yeah. I'm a real boy again. No more explanation on about Magni. 9.25 pre-expansion event being put together is huge. Lots of reused events like earthquakes and invasions, but also a massive time-walking event that's being designed as a mini season of mastery across lots of Azeroth-centric dungeons and raids. Devs want players familiar with the history of Azeroth before 10.0. A big tour of old events and lore. They're not going to get that from doing the dungeons, are they? Crazed trogs, quillboar, mantid, and elemental invasions across most of Kalimdor, Eastern Kingdoms, Northrend, and Pandaria. New world boss Garadon, son of Galakrond. Okay, I mean, that sounds pretty cool. Sounds pretty good, right? And anyone who was Diamond, Not diamond anymore. 10.0 cinematic being put together is the biggest Blizz have ever produced. Entire Cine team has been developing this for over a year. Someone doesn't know how long it takes to produce cinematics. If it's the biggest one they've ever made, wouldn't it take longer than any other they've ever made? Just wondering. Don't forget, they knocked up Old Soldier in like a few days to detract from how angry everyone was about the Sylvanas Warbringer. While Terran Gregory was on holiday in London, no less, having dinner with me. The Sylvanas Warbringer came out. Everyone was so unhappy about it. Blizzard quickly put together Old Soldier and put that out to distract people. People genuinely thought that was the case. Like, there were people, in all seriousness, on these very forums, saying that that's what they thought had happened. That Blizz had quickly made Old Soldier and put it out to detract and to kind of make up for the Sylvanas Warbringer. Like, genuinely, people were saying that in all seriousness. And we're surprised. We're surprised that all the shit in the last few years has happened. The world is made up of people who think that Old Soldier was put together in a couple of days. And we're surprised that the world's in the state it's in. All Shadowlands pre-rendered cinematics were scrapped. And whole team moved on to this. It's a love letter to Azeroth, mirrors the original WoW launch cinematic, and ends with Azeroth being born. Azeroth being born as a result of the Jailer's assault. Azeroth the Eternal is born from the World Soul. She's a dragon! Sort of. All world souls are unique, and Azeroth's essence has indirectly shaped the planet for eons. Dragons are tied directly to Azeroth, who is sort of the dragon progenitor. Once players reach Dragon Isles, they work directly with Azeroth to reshape the world. Okay, how do they work with Azeroth? Okay, I got some questions. I'm not saying this isn't true, because this is definitely true. But I've got some questions. What form does Azeroth take when we're working with her? Is she like a dragon? Is she like taking up a skybox like this? Like, I need some more information on this, right? Story here is that the planet is taking a beating over the last couple of decades, and it is having dire consequences for everyone living there. Azeroth as a character, described sort of like Lilo from The Fifth Element. A supreme being, but with the mind of a child. Players need to help her unlock her powers to heal the planet. Or should we unlock her essences? She's in a temple on Dragon Isles with Thrall and Rathian. Lots of Earthwarder lore as the three of them try and do what Deathwing couldn't. Destroy Azeroth? Azeroth has her own talent tree, looks very much like old school talent trees from Classic, of course. Players can help her by training her via the tree. Each talent is also usable by players through the World Bond ability. New abilities are like Covenant abilities, but no additional locked-in choices. Everyone gets the same abilities. Abilities have a secondary effects depending on the zone you're in. One example is an ability like Abomination Limb that also works as a grapple hook. Presumably it grabs onto something and you just spin the fuck round. Dragon Isle Zone will change over time via world shaping. Some pretty cool massive changes, like a whole zone turning from a desert into a forest. Zone is heavily elf focused, with night elves trying to discover a way to restore Teldrassil with Azeroth's help. You plant trees and tend to huge forests there, like a massive version of the Mop Farm. World shaping unlocks new abilities in each zone: water walking, flying, teleporting, spectral sight, treasure finding. Some old zones in Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor will be getting big updates during the expansion. Okay, I feel like we need to back up just for a second here, and we need to actually. So, Azeroth is living in a temple with Thrall and Rathian. We are training her to help her like unlock a talent tree, which is also our talent tree, which gives us abilities like Abomination Limb that is also a grappling hook. The world shaping sounds awesome. Count me in. That sounds brilliant. That sounds great. I'll absolutely do that. That sounds fantastic. Okay, black dragons. Works like Worgen. I told you. Customize your dragon form and humanoid appearances. Humanoid can be any race, including allied races. Extra customization options for humanoid forms include horns, tails, jewelry, scales, as well as effects like burning eyes and molten blood, which is a cool new effect. Dragon form is mainly used for travel and 2 racial abilities. Story will explain why black dragons need to learn how to fight like mortals as one of the classes. So my hope for Dragon Isles, the actual expansion, was that they could take it as an opportunity to have dragons that weren't like the Dragonflight. Because personally, I know this is only a personal thing, right? Personally, for me, my least favorite thing about Warcraft dragons is that they turn into mortal form. And my favorite type of dragons are just big, huge, they don't give a shit about mortal dragons. And I would like a race of dragons in the Dragon Isles who kind of like evolved separately from the rest of the world. And is just like, why the fuck do you turn into humanoid form? Why do you want to be like the lesser beings? So they're like kind of almost like dragon purists, you know? They're kind of like dragon fascists, I guess. And, you know, they're like incredibly confident in their own superiority because they're huge and they're like magical and they're like 1,000,000 years old. Dragon Nazi, yeah. I just think that'd be really cool. Like, that's such an obvious villain to have in a Dragon Isles like expansion, surely. And I just think that'd be really, really good. And it gives WoW the type of dragon that currently it's missing. That's what I would do if I was writing this leak. I mean, if I was writing this expansion. Black dragons can be warrior, mage, rogue, druid, hunter, warlock, priest, shaman, and paladin. All the original WoW races. Black dragon druid lore and shapeshift forms are super fun. I also love that you only become a dragon to fly. You can turn into a dragon, but only to fly. So you're in like a dungeon, you're getting your ass beat, and you're like, oh, holy shit, would be really good if we had some kind of secret weapon going on here. Would be really good if, you know, one of us could turn into a fucking dragon right now, right? No? Anyone? No? No, you don't understand. There's some very important story reason why I have to fight like a mortal. Okay. Rathian has been trying to restore the black dragonflight since Kata. Lore maestros in chat. I don't think that's actually true, is it? In Kata, he was specifically trying to murder the black dragonflight, yeah. So, you know, let's be charitable and let's say this means, like, you know, since Kata ended, he wanted to end the black dragonflight to get rid of the corruption whilst gathering what eggs he could to try and reverse it. Okay, yeah, no, okay, fine, I'm down. Sure thing. Players are new dragons that Rathian will be overseeing in the Dragon Isles. Rathian has recruited kidnapped class trainers from all over Azeroth to train his new flight. The Warlock trainer will cause some players to flip out. Since the battle with Deathwing, all dragon aspects have been losing their magic. New dragons, players, need to learn how to fight alongside mortal races to save their race. Rathian's big thing is reversing the loss of magic from dragons completely and protecting his flight. No big bad in 10.0, but there are infinite dragons, Netherwing, and some new Dragon Isle specific proto-races. There's a pretty fun Trog progenitor race that's actually super advanced and intelligent. Going back to smaller zone-contained stories, big focus on delivery, soft rebooting Azeroth the planet, and setting up future conflicts. Yay or nay, guys, what do we think of this leak? Look, guys, there's lots I don't believe about this leak, but then it says actual leak. I prefer the new Ryad one. Me too, honestly. It's good, but it's no Astral Skies, is it? There are plenty of believable things here. Yeah, for sure. It does smell a little bit of wishlist to me. It's already head and shoulders above most leaks because it doesn't personally insult Steve Denusa. Most people, when they make fake leaks of new expansions or when they're leaving the company or something like that, they can't quite resist it. And they're like, you know, they might start off quite believable and stuff like that, but then there's always a section which is like, and also Steve Denusa is the worst person on earth, and he just comes in every morning and shits on the desk and then rubs his face in it and then tells us that's our story and then goes out again, kills cats. And then Ian Hazakostis comes in and he's like, do what Denusa says, while sucking his own tits. So honestly, the fact that it hasn't got a bit like that in it already makes it more believable. He got banned within minutes after creating the post. Looks quite legit. Bearing in mind it's not real. What ideas would you go for in this? What ideas do people want to take from this? I quite like the idea of world shaping. That sounds quite fun. I'm down with world shaping, yeah. A cinematic that shows Azeroth being born? I'm down with that. The dragon race is problematic to me. Dragon Isles as a concept is hot. I guess so, yeah. It doesn't say much about the Dragon Isles, does it? I feel like if it were a real leak, it would say a bit more about what the Dragon Isles are actually like. Like, I feel like if this was a real leak by someone who actually knew, they might have given us a rundown of what the different zones are like. I feel like they were so excited with all the other stuff they thought of, like the dragon race, and that they forgot the basics. They forgot the basics, like what the zones are like. I guess they do mention that one is a desert and becomes a forest, right? That's cool. I'm 1000% down with that. No mention of player housing in this leak at all. This sounds mostly plausible, actually. You know what? It's fairly plausible. Doesn't Azeroth being born destroy the planet? Oh, holy shit, that's a video I've been meaning to make for like the last 2 or 3 years. Argus was born and the planet stayed whole. Citation needed. The last time we saw Argus was just before the Argus World Soul was born. So we went into the, like, canonically, we haven't been back to Argus since we left at the end of the Antorus raid. So we defeated Agramar in the penultimate boss, and then we teleport into the Pantheon. That's where Argus is reformed. We don't see Argus, the planet, at all in the skybox, and the next thing, we zap back through the portal to Azeroth. The portal closes. So there's no evidence at all that Argus is destroyed or in one piece. We have no answer as to whether a World Soul being born destroys the planet or not. And even if we did have an answer from Argus, Argus probably wouldn't be a typical case, because Argus was kept in a state of suspended animation for millennia, and then kind of weirdly born. He was kind of like force born, and clearly not like whole and proper, and turns out he's probably full of death magic and stuff like that. So who knows? You see Argus while Velen says his goodbyes to Illidan? Seriously? Really? I believe you. Let's just check that. Oh, you're right. You're right. It's there. You are absolutely right. I take it back. I'm very, very sorry. You're completely right. Like I said before, whatever happens with Argus, it is kind of not typical. It's not typical of the way that a Titan would usually be born, you'd imagine. So I don't know. I would say the jury is still out on whether a planet is destroyed or not when a Titan is born, to be fair. The way Chronicle is written really does kind of suggest that they might form like Transformers style out of the actual, you know, material of the planet. I guess we'll find out. I think it's going to be much, much easier for World of Warcraft, the franchise, if they just kind of appear like big ghosts. Maybe in a temple with Thrall and Rathian, getting trained in talent trees. So the bit that I don't like about this leak is the Black Dragon playable race. I can't be fucked with that shit. The idea of a Black Dragon race where you only turn into a dragon to fly and, you know, a couple of like racials is just, it just makes me go, this waters down dragons even more, and I want to unwater them down. I want to like build them back up to the might. I want dragon fascists is what I want. And look, this is purely my own personal taste and my own personal kind of like view on what I think cool dragons are. I don't think WoW have very cool dragons, as well, you know. But like for me, if we're going to the Dragon Isles, give us the ancient dragon race who are like, these motherfuckers taking mortal forms. No way. Why would dragons like want to become mortal forms? That sucks. Look at us. We're awesome and big and massive, and we're probably going to eat you now. It'd be so cool. Like, and they're just massive fucking dragons, and they kind of look down on the other dragons because they turn into mortal forms and shit like that. And you know, these old dragons, they've kind of evolved separately, and they're just like they think they rule the world, and they're like, get the fuck off our island, dudes. I'm gonna eat you now. Oh wait, and now, just because you came here and caused shit, now we're gonna eat the whole world. Fuck you. I don't really think I would enjoy having another fascist in WoW, honestly. It's alright, they can, no, it's fine. It's fine. They can be like the dude from Final Fantasy XIV, right? He can start off like a fascist, but then it turns out that once he takes his mask off, he's just like really sexy, so everyone likes him. And when they ask him if he's a fascist anymore, he's just like, I have more important things to think about. And everyone's like, God, he's so fucking sexy. Yeah, and everyone will just forget that they're fascist. As long as they're sexy, it'll be fine.